Ain't no how stepping with Marcus J. Of course, it took her long enough to get here. Of course, I'm going to call her out and pick on her because she finally here. But I look across the table and I see my co-host has just joined us. So I'm going to make fun of her and say, we love you, S.Y. Butler. What's up, baby?
Nothing.
How you are doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I just had to get myself together.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh, yeah. Y'all wanted me to get together.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't pretty.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, my sister Melanie is listening about the pastor, and she said the wife should put on a big girl panties on and took a knife and went swinging on him. Okay.
Wow, really?
Yikes.
I'm not going to condone violence.
Wow.
But I understand.
See, but you
hold
won't
on,
do it
man.
again.
I won't condone violence. I won't condone violence, but I
How
understand.
come the first, instead of punishing the dude regularly, everybody wants to cut off the penis, man?
Well, here's what I want to know. Why is he only facing a misdemeanor?
Because at this point in time,
He hasn't killed it.
nobody's dead. And it's just the possibility, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless some people come up HIV positive.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. But, I mean, that just...
Because it's not murder. It's not murder till somebody dies.
I
It's
guess.
not attempted murder because we really don't know if he used a condom or not. We don't know if he used a condom or not. And he probably ain't talking. And nobody else ain't talking
We don't know
either.
as laymen. We don't know, but I'm sure there's some people that are a part of that situation that know. I mean, and we've seen cases of people who have been infecting people who have been charged with attempted murder and all kinds of stuff. So
Well-
we're not going to be naive here.
Well, but the thing about it, I don't think anybody has stepped forward and say, yes, I had sex with him. Yes, I want to charge him with attempted murder.
Melanie-
I mean, that's what it takes.
Melanie is asking, who said anything about the penis? You can aim for the chest or the head.
Man,
the
come
one
on,
that-
really?
you
Don't
the one
don't
that-
play with me.
You
Don't
brought,
play.
You brought it up, Ruben.
Yo, really? The chest,
One
really?
Swipe, take it off in one swipe.
Yeah, take off one swipe. Get out of here. With
Nobody
that.
said that but y'all. Melanie
No,
didn't
no.
say that.
What'd she say?
Isn't that
What was
what
her
she
quote?
read?
That's not what she
What
said.
did
The
you
wife
read?
should put on her
She
big
said-
girl panties and take a knife and went swinging at him. That's what she said. She didn't say nothing.
Oh, I thought you said swinging one swipe. I was like,
Yeah,
see, that's what I'm talking about.
No, that's not what I said.
Everybody else. I mean, the
Well,
burning
you gotta-
bed want to burn
gotta
people up. I
enunciate.
mean,
So you're gonna just chew on the mic
you know,
so we can hear?
you. I mean, everybody want to kick the dude and ding.
so
I mean,
you're
just
gonna
like,
just chew
whatever.
right on the mic, huh?
You can punish me today.
Yeah, I'm absolutely gonna play. Yes, it's gonna be a hard night for you.
I will take it. I have on my big girl.
It's going.
Oh,
You
wait,
need
no,
to
I
have your
don't.
big girl panties on today. Yeah, the kind that you got to take a long time to put on. But yes, I'm absolutely gonna pick on it, of
I
course.
got him up to here.
Oh, yeah. The visual just set in, and now I'm really going to throw up in my beer right now. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Hey, Melanie, our sister Joy is getting a kick out of you right now. Our sister Joy. So Joy and Melanie are both listening there. Joy's getting a kick out of those comments. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. All right, listen. I'm going to take a turn. That's why I want you in on this one first. I want you in on this one first. This one is tough. This one is tough for me. I'm getting this from the Washington Post. Cancer patient Brittany Maynard. She's 29 years old. She has scheduled her own death for November 1st. She carries a prescription in her wallet. It was written by a doctor in Oregon, one of the 5 states with legal protections for terminally ill patients who want to end their suffering. And in 3 weeks, she plans to use it to die. She has chosen November 1st in her bedroom in Portland, Oregon, surrounded by her family, which includes her mother and stepfather, her husband, and her best friend, who is a physician. She said she wanted to wait until after her husband's birthday, which is October 26th, but she is getting sicker, experiencing more pain and seizures. Quote, I've had the medication for weeks. I am not suicidal. If I were, I would have consumed the medication a long time ago. I do not want to die, but I am dying, and I want to die on my own terms. On New Year's Day, Maynard, 29, was diagnosed with brain cancer. 9 days later, doctors performed a partial cranioscopy and a partial resection of her temporal lobe to keep her tumor from growing. She was given up to 10 years to live. Then in April, doctors learned that the tumor had returned. Her initial prognosis was elevated to a stage 4, let me see if I can say this right, glioblastoma. a malignant brain tumor, and the prognosis was grave, only 6 more months. She qualified for physicians-assisted suicide in Oregon, one of a handful of states that permits it under its Death with Dignity Act. Since it was enacted in 1997, 1,173 people in the state have had prescriptions written for lethal medications. Only 752 of them have used the drugs to die as of 2013. In case you're wondering, what are the other states? They are Montana, New Mexico, Vermont, and Washington State. They all have similar laws with bills having been introduced in at least 7 other states. She was living in San Francisco when she started having these headaches. And, you know, there's more here, but I think we've kind of set it up enough. So we go from having fun with the AIDS pastor to kind of getting a little bit serious here. When you hear a story like this, I think, sadly, we all know someone that has lost their life due to cancer. Usually it's not someone as young as 29 years of age. We all know people who are dealing with illnesses that they're not going to get better from, and things of that sort. So I will try to approach this with as much tact and sensitivity as possible, but I do want to talk about it. And so by virtue of you coming in now, you get to go first, but we're all gonna jump in on this one. So yeah. You're up first. What you got?
Well, you know, I'm sad that she's been forced to make that decision. I kind of understand her wanting to do it on her own terms, go on her own terms. I guess the seizures, the pain, is a little too much for her to bear, and a little too much for her to leave on her family to deal with until she just one day dies. So I can understand her wanting to just kind of come out of it with ease, let everybody know it's going to happen, but just to kind of save some of the pain, I guess the torture for herself as well. So it's sad that she had to make that decision, but I can understand why.
Tony?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with it. It's just heartbreaking to see someone you care about, or anyone for that matter, suffering. It's something that I experienced with my own mother. And, of course, you want them to get better, you pray that they get better, and then there comes a point where you realize that that's not going to happen. So, especially with cancer patients, they reach a point where the pain is so intense that they usually put them in a morphine-induced coma, and, most of them will stay until they do pass away. So I think, giving them the option to, kind of choose when they leave, it gives at least them and the family and friends like an opportunity to just make the most of that last time together. So I'm for it. I know it would be painful for those you leave behind, but at the same time, at least you're able to, like you said, leave on your own terms.
Do what you got to do. I mean, she has the right to determine when and want, if she knows there's no way, then if they want to determine when they go, that's up to them. My only thing is I don't need to know about it. I'd rather that be something that they kept to themselves.
No, I agree with that one. I got such mixed feelings about this, man, because, on the one hand, I'm just one of those people. You just can't kill yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you can't kill yourself. But then when you have a prognosis like this, when you know what's going to happen and you're going through just this undescribably unbearable pain, which none of us in this room can say that we know what it's like. I mean, we can say that I can't speak for y'all, but I mean, I can say that I have never watched someone suffer and die. I've had people who were close to me that have died from cancer, and I had an aunt that we lost from lupus who suffered but I wasn't there, present, watching it. You know what I mean? So I can't say that I can relate to what that must be like, but I'm having a hard time even talking about this right now. Like, I'm getting emotional even talking about it because, I'm thinking about what, those family members that I had went through. Now that I'm 40 years old, I lost my last close relative when I was 29. And my mentality now is different than what it was then. And, I lost grandparents when I was in my teen years, and yeah, it hurt, but I know that it didn't hurt like I know it would now for me to watch, because you just don't have it in your mind to understand what it must be like to go through that kind of physical torture, and then the mental torture to know that you got to go through all of this only to get to be dead. Because that's going to be the prize at the end of the pain, is death. And so a person that's going through, personal issues, fear of what may happen to them based on what other people say, and bullying and all of that kind of stuff. I've come on this show and I said, you can't kill yourself, and you never should do that, and all of that kind of stuff. And I stand firm on that. And part of me says you can't do it in this situation either, but man, I can't say that this woman is wrong, Brittany Maynard. I can't say that she's wrong.
I'm sorry, I was gonna say, we were talking earlier about the parents who were incorrectly informed that their son had passed away, and we spoke about how when our children are even just sick, just how difficult that is. My son will be 16 at the end of this month, and he came to me the other day and was like, "Mommy, my mouth hurts." He's getting his wisdom teeth in, and I immediately just went back into, this is my little baby, and I got to do what I can to fix it. And like I said, I watched my mother. I was 13 at the time, and I watched her, kind of go down that road, and it was, of course you were like, she's going to get better, she's going to get better. Okay, she's not going to get better. Okay, she is not living life, she's just existing. And to me, I'm at that point where I'm still young, and quality of life is everything to me, for me and the people that I care about. So yeah, what may not always look good or right to you is not necessarily what's right for other people, and you only get one life, and I think that you have to do whatever you can to make it your best.
I got you. Have Steppin, Marcus J. Joy is listening, said that it's hard to imagine, and I'm making her emotional. Girl, I'm feeling a little bit emotional myself right now, which I know I rarely do on the show, but it's one of those stories, man. It's just one of those stories that she's 29 years old, man. That's the part right there that's just, she's 29. She's 29. Ain't no hashtag marks. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's move on. 2 more stories. Race base. Y'all want to talk about race some more?
God, let me get a piece of that.
Go for it.
Well, one is primary for the ladies, and one is for all of us. So Joy, hopefully I ain't gonna make you too emotional, but girl, I know you like them reality shows, so I know you might be interested in listening to us talk about this next segment here. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J. Live from the den of Legacy Internet Radio. To be down with us tonight, call us at 804-402-2893 to be part of the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio, heard right here live on LegacyInternetRadio.com every single Monday at 7 p.m. You can hear us, of course, live on TuneIn. Download the TuneIn app to your mobile device. Plug in Legacy Internet Radio. Listen to all of our programming. Of course, check out our website. Check out our YouTube page. Check out our Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram. We got all of that stuff. We don't always man it, but it's there. There's pictures of us, and most of us are attractive. So, for those of us who are not attractive, just don't look at those pictures. But the rest of us, like Big Rube and Tony and SY, they're attractive to me. I'm kind of ugly. Don't look at my picture, but look at this. Ain't no hashtag on
But
Marcus
you really look nice. I like you in that sweater.
It's just a regular.
I know, but I like the sweater. I like you in the sweater.
Well, thank you for not.
Just take it and run with it, dude. Just take it and run with it.
I should just take it and just take the compliment and
all right, what's the story?
Discuss it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, we get this one from NPR. Lifetime has a new show. It's called Girlfriend Intervention. Girlfriend intervention. They're not subtle about the message. The premise, Joy, Melanie, SY, Tony, sisters. The premise, and that's 4 of y'all. That's why I called y'all out, that I know for a fact that's listening, because y'all have checked in. 4 black women giving a makeover to a white woman on the theory that, as they put it, quote, trapped inside every white girl is a strong black woman ready to bust out.
Well, hey.
Womp womp.
They don't even have to say weak white girl or lame white girl or ugly white girl or unfashionable white girl or boring white girl, because all of those things are, before long, implied. Not my words. I'm reading this from the NPR. The 4 makeover makers are Tracy Ballin, who's on Beauty, Nikki Chu on Home and Sanctuary, Tiffany Dixon on Fashion, and a many times reality star Tanisha Thomas, most notably of Oxygen's Bad Girls Club, as your This Is Real soul coach. Thomas lays out her philosophy early in the episode, saying that black women are taught that no matter what else is going on in your life, as long as you look fabulous, that's all that matters. On the other hand, she says, with Caucasian women, you get married, you marry the man of your dreams, you have these children, and now it's time to stop taking care of you. Girl, you missed that memo. Are you a black woman? You might find this offensive. Are you a white woman? You might find this offensive. Are you neither? You might be thinking at this point that you're lucky to be left out of the entire thing. Beware, though, no one is safe, because near the end of the first episode, Thomas exaggeratedly compliments the hotness of the made-over white woman by yelling, muy caliente, salsa picante, mucho. I'm sorry. So, there's more to it. Y'all know I like to read parts of the story. Once I feel like we got it properly set up, then we can talk about it. So I want to let Ruth, you're not escaping this. You and I are going to comment last. So Melanie, Joy, sisters, anybody that's out there that wants to get in on this one, either call us up or hit us up at social media, 804-402-2893, 804-402-2893. I expect the phone to ring tonight, really, seriously. But ladies, Tony, that's why I need y'all to tell me what your thoughts are on this show.
Listen,
that's why you were first.
I just so happened to see that episode, and there was nothing hot about that makeover. Now, the 4 women doing a makeover, in my opinion, needs a makeover. But the coach with the comments, that she was hot at the end. Now, granted, she did look better than the way she did when she came on. And, you know, they kind of mess you up a little bit anyway before you go on camera for your before photo. Her husband liked it. Her husband was so red in the face, it was unbelievable. She looked okay. She looked all right. I think that the clothes, if any of you saw this episode, please correct me if I'm wrong. But I think the clothes that they selected for her were not for her figure. They didn't do too much for her at all. I thought the hair extensions were unnecessary. I thought the makeup was wrong. It was a hot mess, yes. Although she did look a little better than the way she did when she come on. Now, these 4 women will not do a makeover for me.
Let me get a couple of comments in. Joy was telling me to move on when I was rambling.
Thank you, Joy.
She was telling me to move on. She says that's one reality show. She loves loving hip hop Hollywood, but that's it. She's not gonna watch this. This one is BS, and she's a bit offended by this one. Melanie is saying it's already an epic fail based on that description. She won't be watching, but she doesn't typically watch reality shows anyway. But definitely not this one. Tony, what's your thoughts?
Okay, number one of all, I pulled up the cast of Girlfriend Intervention. They are all busted.
Am I wrong?
Straight.
Am I wrong,
and that
Tony?
Tanisha girl, they're all busted. They're horrid.
Michelle K is checking in. What's up, Michelle? What's up, Michelle K?
Hey, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. So it's funny that you mentioned this, because one of my coworkers and I were actually discussing this last week, because one of our white coworkers walked by us and she looks so frumpy all the time. So my coworker, who's also brown, she looked at me and she said, do they ever like try to be cute?
No.
And I was like, no, that's why their husbands cheat on them. Not that our husbands don't, but just because
Y'all
you
know how
get
y'all
married.
sound right now? Y'all sound so racist right now. Like seriously.
No, it's
I'm
real.
sorry.
It's
They
real
do.
in the
They look
field.
busted.
They do.
Okay,
They do.
I felt like I needed to point that out, but
From
okay,
the
go on.
flow
Yeah,
up.
like
ahead.
seriously, just because you're married, you have children or whatever, like you can. It takes what? Put on some eyeliner
Fix
and lip
yourself
gloss,
up.
right?
I'm sure
Comb
you
your
never seen
hair.
a busted sister before, but okay.
Oh no,
I
we
got
Not-
you.
got
not
plenty
saying-
of
there
those.
are a bunch of them.
We didn't say that.
But there
That's
is
how you sound.
something in the essence of a brown woman that no other race has. So I don't care what you put on her or put her in, they will never have our fine.
Am I right when I say she looked busted still?
Yeah,
Her
I didn't see
outfit-
the show, but I'm looking at them.
And that, I think it was a
it's
red
just-
dress, right?
Nikki Chu girl?
Joy is
Just
Joy
Lord.
is
No,
agreeing
the
with
makeover
y'all.
chick.
Joy is agreeing
They
with y'all
show-
and
they
saying
show-
it's real.
It's terrible. Joy, did you see the show? Did anybody see the show?
I never even heard of the show.
Please go online and look at it. Good googly Kool-Aid.
Why do I want to look at garbage?
Just to I mean, well, who said that the show was epic fail
One thing,
already?
Melanie said
Melanie,
that.
and
One-
she's
one-
right.
One thing that y'all haven't touched on that I was hoping that you would, that you haven't.
Whether we be insulted, if
How
Oh, gosh,
insulting this is.
not insulted. Yes.
You don't think that it's insulting for black women and white women? And maybe I'm speaking from a guy's perspective. So tell me if you think I'm tripping. But I think that it's so insulting for any woman or man, but we're talking about women, so I'll qualify that by saying it could be
Okay.
man too, but we're not talking about men, we're talking about women. I think that it's highly insulting for any woman of any culture to take another woman of another culture and say, let's make you more like us. That is so insulting to everybody
Are
involved.
you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
What's more insulting?
I
Me
think it's
saying that, or your crazy ass coming on the show to look like that?
I mean, but
What's more insulting?
I'm not debating that because you're agreeing with me. You think you're not, but you're actually agreeing
No,
with me
you-
because
you-
both sides should be insulted.
We all make comments, right? And in my opinion, they made a dumb ass comment. I mean, it was just dumb. Now, who's
comment?
dumber?
Which comment are you referring to?
Well, the race comment about the black girl and the white girl, and
Well, that's what the whole show is about.
I
though.
understand that, but this whole show really. Let's just make over somebody the way we think they should be made over. The we's just so happen to be 4 black girls that need to be made over themselves.
Oh, this girl's black.
Again,
Nikki's black.
you're not getting my point.
I'm not insulted.
Yeah, but
I'm
you-
not
But
insulted.
but that happens on a grander scale, Marcus.
Yeah.
With the hair thing. We get relaxers so we can look like them. They get curly perms so they can look like us. They go to the tanning salons. They can look like us.
They lock their hair so they can look like
I mean,
us.
it's
it's
that's
a
been
back
going
and
on.
forth thing.
Right.
Michelle says that she needs to check it out. Joy is agreeing with me that it is highly insulting.
Not insulting.
I just think that, and again, I'm a guy. I'm coming from a guy's perspective, so I understand that. That's the reason why I opened the floor for you guys to comment first, as well as our ladies in social media. But
You
to
gotta
me-
look who's saying it.
to me, well, no, you don't, because when you say "look who's saying it," you got a television show with 4 black women.
That's like a poor girl calling me broke. Really?
No, it's
I'm
not.
gonna be
the sa-
offended.
I just don't think it's the same. When you're trying to pull out the inner black girl
Let me
out
tell
of a
you
white
something.
girl, you don't think that's offensive?
Let me tell you
like,
something.
what is the inner black girl, and why does a white woman want to have a piece
Because
of it?
white
and if you're a
men
white, hold on.
love
okay,
brown
fine,
women.
Okay, fine, fair enough. But they're not. When we say stuff like that, we speak in hyperbole, but we can't go off of that because we don't know all white men. So we can't say all white men love black women. We can't say that all black men love white women.
girls.
You can't say that because it don't go down
the
like
reasons
that.
are
It don't-
different.
It just, it doesn't work that way for me. I'm just saying that I'm not going to tell you that you should be offended. If you telling me that you're not, then cool.
I'm not
then you
offended.
cool.
At all.
But okay, you two are not offended, but Joy is, Melanie is, and I'm hoping that Michelle K is still listening and she'll break this tie. I guess y'all telling me that I'm tripping. Big Rube, am I tripping? Like, is this offensive, or is it just me being Marcus J right now. I don't know.
Work with me, baby.
You know, the reason why I would think it's offensive because none of these chicks are cute.
See that?
Hold on. Listen to me. Listen to me.
Okay.
Listen to me.
Let me get Michelle K is agreeing with you guys, Tony and SY, and saying that it's not insulting, but they should help the woman improve herself and help her build her self-esteem up instead of trying to make her into a sister. 100% agree with that, Michelle. I think that's the comment of the segment. Big Ru?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the website. I'm looking at the cast that they have up here. I'm looking at the people that they brought in, and I'm just thinking, I'm looking at this, and I'm just like, none of these women who are supposed to be experts are cute. And I guess my thought process is, how are you gonna make somebody else cute when you're not cute yourself?
See, that's where you're losing me because
But I think that's the point.
It's not about. No, it's not because there's 4 different women there for 4 different reasons.
Exactly.
And all 4 of them are supposed to be showing on themselves what they can do for the guests.
And so cuteness is only a fourth of that.
Well,
so
you have a beauty. Hey,
look, here's the real deal. Some chicks are just busted. Ain't nothing you can do about
that.
Well,
I understand that.
If you ugly, you ugly. If you unattractive, you unattractive. If you're knock dead gorgeous, you're knock dead gorgeous. It don't matter if the pretty girl is with the unattractive girl. You can't fix stupid. Okay? So that part I don't think is relevant. I think what's relevant is you are trying to make the white girl a sister.
But I guess what I'm saying is they're both relevant because their thought process of what she should look like, if she wants to make her into a sister, this is what she should look like. I'm not necessarily agree with what their thought process is because once again, if you are, unless you are a well-renowned painter, how are you going to sit here and tell me that my painting's bad? You got to be an expert in this to tell me how to do things. Now, once again, you have a beauty pro, a home and sanctuary guru, a style and fashion maven, and a soul coach. The soul coach, nah, whatever.
Bad girls jumping around, fighting, acting like a freaking
I mean,
fool?
I just don't think, if they're going to restore, as it says here, to restore one woman's confidence in a glow, that's great. That should be the purpose of this show, to make them feel better about themselves and stuff like that. However, that's just like saying, hey, Ronald McDonald, I need you to come here and tell me who can sing good. And that's my issue with this because, I mean, yeah, you can see we all have our thought processes of how people look, how people act, how people dress, all that stuff. But, I mean, that's just like putting me on The Voice and saying, hey, I'm not a vocal coach. I don't do any vocal stuff. But you know what? You sound real, real good, and you should be able to make money. That doesn't work. And this show itself, I think this show is kind of dumb. I've never watched the episode. I'm just looking at pictures. I think it could be better. I think this, if Oprah wanted to get behind something, this is probably something that she should probably get behind.
There it is, yep.
Because I think it could be a really good show. Mm-hmm. However, in its current form, without me looking at the episode, just looking at the website,
not gonna make it
in its current form, it looks terrible.
Normally, I don't care if anybody agrees with me or not. Normally I don't care. But this one, I just can't believe that I'm on an island alone on this one. I'm really struggling.
Well, you got water, babe.
It's not about trying to get them to bring out the black in them.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
It's trying to get them to tap into the confidence and just the inner
white women ain't confident?
acceptance. Not saying they're not, but I can tell you, everybody has things about
the
themselves
ones
that they
who
don't
try
like
to
or that
show.
they're insecure
So you need
about.
a black girl to make
but
it better for you?
But I'm telling you, all my sister
Well,
friends, as flawed as we think we are,
Not
and
all
are
of
to an
them. 'Cause
extent,
some of y'all
we
insecure
walk
too.
around here. We all are. That's what I'm saying. We all are. But we walk around here like we are it.
Let me just say this, y'all. Anybody that knows me knows I'm about as pro-black as it gets. I love my sisters. I would never, under any circumstances, go in another direction. I love my sisters. I'm raising a sister.
Thank you.
I have sisters in this room. I have sisters listening to us. I'm raising a baby sister. You know what I mean? I got a sister. I got a mother. You know, I got a wife. I got all of that. You know what I'm saying? And when I look at y'all and I see y'all, I see greatness. But when I see a show like this, where these women would absolutely lower themselves to take a person in another community and say, hey, look, you're not good as what you are, so come try to be like us.
Marcus.
That to me is
Marcus,
where you lose me.
the show
when you
came out.
When you see quotes like weak white girl, lame white girl, ugly white girl, unfashionable white girl, boring white girl, you're gonna fix all of those kind of stuff as a sister, and that to me
Marcus,
is offensive as the sister.
you know who should be offended?
Obviously,
white girl.
Obviously the white girl.
The white
I mean,
girl should be
obviously the
offended.
white girl goes without saying.
Especially
But to me, the
the white
sister,
girl that
but the
raised her
sister,
hand.
that's cooning to me.
And tried out for the damn
that's
show.
cooning to me.
If I'm gonna insult you,
That's cooning.
and you want to come on my show, then well, goddamn, what else can I do for you?
That is cooning.
Well, first of
Call
all,
it
I
what you
never
want.
said this wasn't cooning. I think the show looks stupid. I'm just being real. I think this show looks stupid. I would never watch this. I would never watch this crap ever in my life. You know, you sit here, you joke with me about watching Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. At least I know that's entertainment, and because none of that crap will ever happen to me. That's entertainment to me. This looks like complete dribble. I wouldn't waste my television power in watching this show. I mean, and that's just straight from the video. Whether you feel like it's like black women should be offended or not, or white women should be offended or not, I think it's fair to say this show looks like it sucks. And
Well, you're looking at it for entertainment value, but for me,
No, I'm looking at it for all
me,
value.
there's a
I think it's
big-
horrible.
To me, there's a bigger social component here, and that's what I usually try
I think
to
if
pinpoint.
anybody should be insulted, then it should be the white girl.
Of course.
Who should be insulted.
Of course.
But you
It
know,
wouldn't be the black girl.
but I
who
will
was
say
insulted.
this in looking, because I had some time to look through it while y'all were talking earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from what I have read up here, I mean these young ladies are, I mean, personally they feel like they are at the bottom of the barrel and there's nowhere to go but up.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that somebody even wants to attempt to help them,
Mm-hmm.
I think it is almost like, you know what, you can use me for show, you can use me as a clown, but if this makes me a tenth better than I was,
Then I'll go for
then
it.
so be it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that's what it is. You know, the interesting part about it is this would never work opposite though.
No, would
Never. This would never be opposite. If it was white women, it's black. Oh God, no.
Why not?
This would never work.
Why not?
Well, you know what? That's a good point. It could work. It could work because there are probably, unfortunately, some black women who feel the same way as these white women now on this show. It could work. However, it would never work because it would automatically be labeled as racist. This is what you call reverse racism straight up. Because if it was the other way around, every black woman in America will be damning the show. And that's real. You can sit here and not say nothing or whatever, but if it was the other way around, this show may not even make 2 episodes on the air. Because unless it was on a show, unless it's on a network like either BET, which will never happen, OWN, which is kind of possible, but I don't think Oprah would ever go that low, or
And she wouldn't tag it to just
Or
she wouldn't
Lifetime.
do that.
This
or
is-
we,
it's on
or
Lifetime.
we.
It's on Lifetime.
You know, it has to be one of those 4. Anything else, it doesn't stand a chance.
Well, it is Lifetime.
Well, I understand that, but if it were to work, if for something like that to work, it would have to be on one of those 4 shows. It would have to come on. You would have to have really you would have to have some really high credible black women.
Doing this show.
I mean, white women doing this show.
Not those 4 losers.
Well, no, but credible white women like in fashion stuff doing a show. Do I think it will work? No, I think it's stupid. I think that's stupid too. I think this is stupid because anything that you need to go on the show on to make yourself feel better, I mean, you're already fighting a losing battle.
I can dig it. Ain't no hashtag on Marcus J. I'll be in the minority in the opinion here. I'm used to being a minority. Actually, you know what? We ain't minorities. We majority. Let's get that clear. Let me fix that. Sounded good for a minute, but then I realized I just said some bullshit. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus
Stop
J.
feeling bad for yourself.
Say again now?
Stop feeling bad for yourself.
Oh, hell no. I don't feel bad for me. I got it good and whatnot. Every time I look in the mirror and realize how good I got it, I got y'all around, and
You go
I
ahead,
got everything
Hot
got going around, Legacy and that
Just trying to
radio.
get back in.
I don't give a shit about that either. Come on, man. You forget who you talking to. I
We
try
love
to
you
say
too.
something nice, and here you go mess it up. Man,
That's my job, yo.
We love you too. Even though I'm smacking on my apple.
quit being nice to me. I don't like that shit.
I'm not being nice. I'm just saying.
804-402-2893.
we
I'm gonna be grumpy with you,
You
lady.
could be grumpy with me. I'll accept that tonight.
Not just tonight. I'm always gonna be grumpy with you.
No, I'll accept it tonight.
Oh, just tonight?
That's all.
What about like tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day?
Kick rocks with that.
See, I knew you would come back. 804-402-2893. If you want to referee SY Marcus J and their weekly, tiff that we figure out a way to have on the air. The last thing I want to get into on this